and brought up in a culturally diverse India and currently residing in Singapore. Nihit Mohan is a full-time banking risk professional, a dedicated father, and a published author. An insight into his childhood tells us that he studied in 7 different schools spread across multiple cities and cultures. He is an engineer by education and has made a successful career in financial services industry. He hails from a family of engineers, bureaucrats, and academicians. While growing up, Nihit had an exposure to some exceptional thinkers, teachers, friends, and colleagues who have guided and mentored. His recent literary work, What School Doesn't Teach You, Inferential Lessons to Achieve Your Dreams, ideated from one of his work interactions with his colleagues, where he was discussing various experiences and how they influenced their personal and professional lives. This book is his honest attempt to talk about various aspects and traits needed to live a purposeful life. What should I do? Who am I? What is my purpose in this mortal realm? While living in a constantly changing world surrounded with our jobs, families, and relationships, these profound questions of humankind require deep thought and introspection. Effectively, this book provides around 10 great ways to manage the entropy of the world while in pursuit of happiness and purpose. Nihit says this book contains conversations, anecdotes, experiences from my mentors and gurus, which helped me in multiple facets of my life, weathering the worldly changes. Without their nurturing thoughts, it would have been unbearable and definitely led to performance and confidence issues. This book encompasses inferential learnings on based on personal experiences and multiple interactions with my mentors, gurus, friends, family, and colleagues. In an exclusive conversation with the CEO magazine, Nate shares unfiltered parts of his journey and aspects related to his book. Have a look. Hello everyone, this is the CEO Magazine. I am Purnima Narang and today we are in an exclusive conversation with Mr. Nihit Mohan, the author of an incredible book in his own right, What School Doesn't Teach You, Influential Lessons to Achieve Your Dreams. Hi Nihit, how are you doing today?
Hi Purnima, I'm doing quite well today. It's a weekend. Weekend activities are on at home as well. So, yeah.
Great. So Nihit, why don't you tell me about yourself and your book?
Yeah. So, well, before I actually get into the book, let me introduce myself. I am Nihit Mohan, and I'm author of What School Doesn't Teach You, and the book was recently launched on a Story Club platform, and it has been quite well received in corporate circles as well as student community. And as far as my life journey is concerned, which it's not different from any other 90s kid. I'm 34 years old. I was born in North India. Um, I've been brought up in multiple cities and multiple cultures. I've interacted with so many different kinds of people, which have given me the fare to be more adaptable and more experiential and more learning, to have more learning attitude. I've studied in almost 6 schools, and made many friends. And today's social media helps me to keep in touch with those friends. And the good thing about school friends is that when you meet them, even after 10, 15 years later, right, you kind of begin from where you left off. The passage of time doesn't corrode the relationship. And post that, I went to pursue my engineering education, and then I actually made foray into analytics, and then eventually financial services. Currently, I'm based out in Singapore, and I have been here for almost 10 years now. And this is the place where I got married. I had my kids. All major milestones have been in Singapore.
Why don't you tell me about your book as well?
Sorry, come again, Purnima?
Why don't you tell me about your book as well?
Yeah, the book actually contains a lot from more from my own journey, the lessons which I've learned from various people like my mentors, my colleagues, my friends, and it is something which I personally think should have been taught in school, but it's not taught in school actively. It's left to experiential and inferential learning of everyone as an aspect, and honestly, everybody has different experiences, and that's where you go in the world quite unprepared, even though you've studied like 12 years in school.
Indeed,
So I
indeed.
think that is the reason that was the impetus of writing this book as well.
Great, great. So, what are the kind of responses you are getting?
So, in terms of responses, they have been quite encouraging, especially from student segments.
Mm-hmm.
They have loved the book. I had given my manuscript to a couple of industrial stalwarts like chief risk officers, chief executive officers,
Mm-hmm.
um, army background people, and they have loved and liked the book. They have also given me testimonials, written testimonials, which are part of the book as well, and I'll be sharing that in my social media as soon as the book is out. It's formally out, but yeah, the sales get picked up. So I really hope that it gets the love and affection of everyone as much as I have given it developing it.
Great, great. I have to congratulate you on this milestone of yours. And I think while reading the book, I realized that it has a very futuristic approach, especially when it comes to the approach of teaching. So, what was your motivation to write this book?
So, to be honest, the real motivation to write a book was seeded when I was in my late teens, when I
Okay.
was reading a book called Built to Last.
Mm-hmm.
That seed took a form of sapling when I launched my blog almost 1.5 years ago, where I was voraciously writing about management, thought, and various aspects of human life. So, the impetus behind the blog was to formally take on writing in a
Yeah.
structured format as compared to quite an unstructured format which it existed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then writing a book was an inconsequential episode, which turned out into a fully blown book, which um, my couple of my friends take full credit for. But yes, it came from that inconsequential episode.
Mhm. Your book has title and subtitle, which is kind of very, very, very thought provoking. What was your experience with that?
Yes, you're not the first one to make that comment, and I really appreciate that people are actually taking the title and subtitle quite seriously.
Mhm.
So the title and subtitle was quite well thought through and are well represented through the content inside the book as well. So the book talks about life lessons which are
Yeah,
not taught to us in school and are very important for our professional and personal development.
yeah,
We inform students about science and mathematics and social studies, but the internal management is not something which we actively teach, or sometimes we don't let students even pursue.
yeah,
And hence, I selected this title for the book. Oh, it's quite apt, isn't it?
yeah,
And
it
it's quite
is.
meaningful in today's world.
Yeah. So your book talks about managing the entropy of the world. Uh, what would you say inspired you to write something as visionary as this?
So, to be honest and to be frank, I have always thought and believed that everyone in this mortal world has
Yeah.
a purpose to fulfill. And we are brought into this world to fulfill our purpose through our actions. It
Mhm.
could be through our careers or even our personal lives.
Mhm.
But what happens is that there is so much happening around you that we forget to put things in perspective. We forget what we were here to do for initially. And hence, one needs to learn and manage your affairs around you so that one could find time, energy, and inclination to pursue that purpose which we are all born for. And I have seen many people complaining in their old age, when
Mhm.
the energy is feeble and the time they have now is very limited. So, and they also feel sometimes dissatisfied from what they have achieved in life.
Yeah.
So this book helps you from right from the beginning when you're in school. This book helps you to keep you spiritually active and always in pursuit of a purpose. And I think that is the real crux of the whole book, that you have to be in the pursuit of purpose. And my book helps you
Mhm.
to keep you on that path by letting you know the real concepts, how to manage affairs around you,
Great,
like
great.
how to manage stress, how to manage time,
Mhm.
how to be gratitude,
Mhm.
how to pray gratitude, and how to solve problems. I think we don't teach our kids how to logically in a structured way to solve our internal problems, and we let them solve the way they want it to be, and then we blame them that they are not focused, and that's where the focus part also comes into the picture. I've discussed all of this quite interlinked way in the book as well.
Yeah, it quite amazes me. It amazes me that it is a self-help book at a time when short stories and poems and poetry is becoming a very popular genre of writing. So it's a bold step to take. Why did you take this step?
Um, I really apologize. I sometimes, many people have told me that why do you not follow the trends? I somehow
Yeah.
have never followed a certain trend, be it in my personal life or professional life. I've always taken risks,
Mhm,
which might at some point in time look stupid, but they have paid off in
mhm.
my life, and I've always done things which felt inside that this is the right thing to do, which may be a non-conformist in certain way, but hey, let's be.
Mhm.
I've hardly known conformed to various aspects of life. Some of them yes, but some of them no.
Mhm.
So this may look like a bold step, but for me it is not a bold step,
Yeah.
as the world would have imagined. For me, it's a very logical step and a right thing to do at the right point in time, in today's world when every student is chained to their laptop for studies.
Yeah.
They're not getting the interaction which they were, at least I was used to, or
Yeah.
probably you were used to when you were in school.
Indeed, indeed. Actually, I was amazed because of that only when I was reading your book that it's quite relevant to today's time. And uh, just tell me from your lens, what do you think about the relevance of the concepts in the book?
So uh, So in terms of relevance, right? If you see the current situation, right? I'm a professional. I'm a working professional.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a banker by profession, and
Mhm.
all of us, be it professionals or be it students, they're all latched onto their laptops and phones for studies. So now this book offers certain things which can come really handy on a daily basis.
Yeah,
You feel stressed out, you feel zoomed out sometimes, you feel disgruntled, and sometimes you don't know how to manage time. These are the certain concepts which are not alien to us. To be honest, they are not alien,
yeah,
but they play a more important role in today's world than they ever played, uh, in my entire life. So I think that's where the book comes in, becomes very relevant. And since it is a book, you don't have to have internet for it. You don't have to log on to something to read it. You can
mhm,
probably take a cup of tea and sit on a couch and read it. And I've
mhm.
written it in very simple English, because I have I don't want to write where people have to go to a dictionary to understand it,
Yeah.
so that it's relevant, it's easy to consume, and easy to understand and easy to implement.
Indeed, indeed. So all these questions that we can find the answers in your book, right?
Yeah, in some format, because you know what, the problem is that you can have one book for stress management, one book for
Yeah,
time management, but then who has the time to read 400 pages each?
yeah.
So you need solutions, and you need working solutions right up front, and that is what this book has to offer. It is a food court of solutions where you can actually pick and choose what you want to do.
Okay. So you are yourself a celebrated author today with impeccable and bold poems in your own right. If I were to ask you as an author, who or what inspires you as an author, what would you say?
So I know very cliched answer would be that I'm inspired by my parents and my wife and my family.
Yeah.
Yes, they do offer a certain amount of inspiration, but my inspiration is formed by many people, incidents, anecdotes from by listening to others. So there is no one pool of energy where I draw
Mhm.
my creativity from. I do get inspired from books I read. I'm a voracious reader, so it helps.
Yeah.
I do interact with my teams in Singapore as well as back in India, so
Okay.
I do get inspired from those incidents as well. I do
Mhm.
interact with a lot of my mentors, so again they become my source. They become my beacon of lights where I can actually go and rebound my ideas and ask for help, or ask for advice. So
Yeah.
yes, I do have a good set of people around me who have always helped me in my life.
Yeah.
and free for a lot of people who don't have those amenities around them,
Mhm.
and that's where the book comes into to play. That you can have those conversations with the book now.
Mhm. Is there a message that you would like to convey to our viewers today?
So the message I have for you viewers is to dedicate time, energy, and your profound intellect to be a better version for yourself every day. You don't
Yeah.
have to compete. You don't have to egoistically compete with others. You just have to be a better version for yourself.
Yeah.
See how you can manage your own affairs, the things which are in your control. So see,
Mhm.
this crisis of COVID-19, right, has informed mankind that nothing is in our control.
Yeah.
The only things which are in our control is our households. So pay time and your energy and your intellect to just do that better every
Mhm.
day, and you will see a drastic improvement in your happiness levels. And that is what it is all about. At the end of the day, you need to be
Yeah.
happy in what you're doing in your own skin.
Great. Great. And if I were to ask you, what are the current projects you are working on? Are there any? And enlighten us about that.
So to be honest, Purnima, there are many things on my mind.
Mhm.
I have had my foray into a lot of things, be it sports, be it art, be it travel, be it blogging, be it photography. And one day I was just thinking I should start painting again, because when I left it when I moved from Chennai to Delhi, and that
Mhm.
time when I was 10 years old. So I think, and my art books are still hanging in my parents' living room. Anybody can go and see. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking of restarting that engine again.
Yeah.
Let's see where I get to. And the other day I was just mentioning it to my wife that I was thinking to restart my piano lessons as well. I have
Mhm.
a piano at home. It's lying and doing nothing, just collecting dust.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have multiple things on my mind. So there could be a new book coming in,
Yeah.
which I could be ideating, but I have not set my path right now. So I'm pretty open to ideas. I'm pretty open to experiences. But
uh,
let's see where we get to.
yeah, great. Uh, so I have this question. When I was talking to you, I realized that you have achieved fair share of success in your professional life, as well as now you are getting an enormous liking for this book, right? So, what is success for you? What is the definition of success for Nihit? Is there?
Definition of success is very simple for me.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, I should be able to see sparkle in my parents' eyes. I
Mm-hmm.
should be able to see a good smile on my friends' faces, and I should be able to see a twinkle in my wife's eye, and that is what is successful. If that comes via being an author and being a celebrated author, or that comes via being a good banking professional, to be honest, or if that comes via some other initiative which I embark upon, I would classify myself as a successful individual, because at the end of the day, it's about the smile counts. Other people can watch it.
Yeah, 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 indeed, indeed. So I'm just going to start from here that, well, thank you so much for answering all my questions. And I wish you all the best for your book, your future. And thank you so much for writing this wonderful book.
Sure, always a pleasure, Purnima. I'm actually honored to be interviewed by the CEO magazine, and I'm really happy about it that CEO magazine has picked up my book for doing a review and doing an interview. So I'm quite happy about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.